XRP and Cardano have a major catalyst that could propel their prices significantly higher, but is it true that the Trump family is launching a crypto wallet, or is this just a fake? This is your crypto news update. Hey everyone, I'm Kalen. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay informed about our latest content. And as always, remember that this isn't financial advice. I wish you the best of luck on your crypto ventures. Good morning. So we're essentially in the same position with Bitcoin as we were yesterday. However, there was a bit of a rough closing yesterday with this candle. It wicked up before closing back down. Right now, we're holding steady, but I wouldn't be shocked if we experience something similar today. Looking at the daily chart, we can see those wicks up before closing beneath this level of resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if we tried to push towards around $107,000 again, only to close lower. My base case remains that we might dip a little before continuing upwards above $110,000 toward new all-time highs around $120,000. For me, that's still the most likely scenario. Moving on, Don Jr. mentioned that the Trump family got into crypto out of necessity. He said,
"The reason we got into crypto, and we're all in on crypto, and we're doing American Bitcoin, and we have World Liberty Finance and USD1 was because there was a time, and probably I'd been on this show, where I could call any single banker in New York City. They'd pick up the phone. I'd be able to get a loan for whatever real estate project I was doing across the street. Then we got into politics, and all of a sudden, they wouldn't take your call. Right. You couldn't get financing. We were debanked. And what I realized, and my brother realized, because we were the recipients of every subpoena imaginable, was that, you know what, we were actually just the top of this sort of pyramid scheme that we didn't realize we were a part of, that the financial system was totally undemocratized. Because we had a certain balance sheet and whatever, we could kind of do whatever we wanted. The regular guy was messed up. Now we were all of a sudden in the shoes of the regular guy that wouldn't be able to take advantage of the markets. And we said, what's the solution for that? The answer is crypto. These decentralized platforms where you're not beholden to this, where you create efficiencies. As a guy that did real estate, why am I paying points in and out for title insurance that could be done on the blockchain? So we got into crypto not because it was like, hey, this is the next cool thing. We got into it out of necessity.
In relation to the Trump family, some news has been circulating, particularly from Magic Eden, which announced big news. The official Trump wallet is coming soon. It's the first and only crypto wallet for true Trump fans. Join the free watch list for a chance to share $1 million in Trump rewards at TrumpWallet.com. Eric Trump responded, stating, "This project is not authorized by Trump. I would be very cautious about associating our name with this project. It has not been approved and is unknown to anyone in our organization. While many may have signed up, it appears this project is not legitimate according to the Trump family." In other news, President Trump's Truth Social has filed for a Bitcoin ETF. Their media group has submitted a request for a spot Bitcoin ETF, which is quite significant. Additionally, pro-Bitcoin presidential candidate Lee Jae-myung recently won the South Korean election, promising to legalize ETFs and allocate state pensions to Bitcoin. Huge news. Moving to Germany, DB Bank, the second largest bank in the country with over 350 billion euros in assets, has adopted Ripple's digital asset custody platform, marking its first full-scale rollout in Europe. Furthermore, Ripple USD is now recognized as a crypto token under the DFSA's regulations in Dubai. Last week, Weebus International Limited announced plans to purchase over $300 million worth of XRP to establish a strategic reserve, enhance its infrastructure, and accelerate global expansion initiatives. Michael Saylor's strategy of acquiring Bitcoin remains strong, and we also have the ETH company, which we've discussed recently, purchasing ETH. Now, Weebus is adding XRP to its strategic reserves. Hyperscale Data plans to buy up to $10 million in XRP by the end of 2025 to expand its crypto-based financial services. Now, let's discuss Wallstreet 2.0. What stablecoins have done for the dollar, Ondo is doing for capital markets. Stablecoins have made USD available 24/7, and Ondo is introducing that same level of speed, composability, and transparency to treasury markets. Ondo's OSG wraps short-term US treasuries into tokenized instruments that operate like software, bringing real-time liquidity and full composability to the table. So far, $1.3 billion has been tokenized via OSG and U2I, with $2.9 billion in BlackRock's Spittle Fund, $752 million via Franklin Templeton, and over $7 billion in tokenized RWAs overall. This isn't just a concept, it's infrastructure that's already in place and leading the way forward. According to Nansen, Ondo is now the top token held by smart money on Ethereum, boasting $426.87 million in smart money holdings. Importantly, Cardano is attracting serious interest internationally, particularly in Asia. Recently, the ADA/JPY pair became the second most traded pair globally by volume. Japan has a strong affinity for Cardano. It's not only international interest that's growing, it's what this interest enables. For the first time, Bitcoin was successfully transferred to Cardano and back without requiring a bridge, wrapping, or a custodian, unlocking potentially trillions in liquidity. However, none of this matters if there isn't any development happening. Fortunately, Cardano has quietly achieved a significant milestone, surpassing Ethereum in total core developer commits, and now leading all blockchains in GitHub activity. Builder activity is one indicator, and smart money movement is another. Nearly $1 billion in ADA has left exchanges in 2025 alone. The last time we saw such outflows was in 2021, right before Cardano reached its all-time high. The Cardano community has always been present, but what about the general public? For years, Cardano received little mainstream attention, but now it is front and center. In addition, NBX, a Norwegian centralized exchange, has become the first public Bitcoin treasury company in Norway to utilize the Cardano ecosystem. They plan to use Bitcoin as collateral to issue USDM and generate yield within the Cardano and USDM ecosystems. Dreamy shared an insightful post highlighting the high-quality products emerging from Cardano. If you need to leverage DJ trading, you have Strike Cardano. If you want to bet on markets, you have Bodega. For large OTC orders, you can use Chad Swap. For fundraising or launchpads, there's Snackun. If you're looking for a telecom plan, you'll find WM Chain. For decentralized cloud storage, ION Official is available. If you need to borrow or lend, Liquid Finance has you covered. For DX access, you have MiniWap. If you're looking for a centralized exchange for CNTs, check out Comet. For a wallet, there's Tokyo. And for digital identity, you have Handle. Finally, in Ethereum news, user activity has surged to record levels with a 17% increase compared to last week. Davis pointed out that Ethereum is currently outperforming both Bitcoin and Solana over the past 24 hours. Ethereum's recent performance has been notable, especially since it had lagged throughout the cycle. Interestingly, BlackRock now holds $4 billion worth of Ethereum. There's been a significant institutional outflow from Bitcoin over the past week alongside substantial inflows into Ethereum ETFs. This suggests Ethereum is benefiting from this dynamic. Right now, Ethereum is trading up 1.5%, while Bitcoin remains flat at 0%. Ethereum continues to show remarkable strength, particularly in contrast to Bitcoin and Solana, something we haven't seen throughout this bull run. Overall, while Bitcoin doesn't seem to be in the best shape at the moment and may drift lower, we're starting to see some indications brewing on the daily candle. New York hasn't opened yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if, over the next few days, we witness some of these wicks being filled in. That encapsulates my current outlook for Bitcoin, and that's today's news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.